Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. Today again we are going to enjoy crafting with this beautiful set from Spellbinders designed by Yana. It is the Poinsettia Bloom. This is an absolutely gorgeous set. There's a whole complete collection of it. I love poinsettias, and when I saw this I knew I had to have it. In a previous video I made these two cards right here using just some mirrored cardstock, the red and the gold. I don't have a sentiment on here yet because I have a glimmer sentiment that I want to use, but it hasn't released yet. So but I wanted to show you guys these poinsettias are absolutely gorgeous. I had a comment, and a lady had commented that she just liked it without the insides filled in. I totally agree. It is so elegant. I totally and completely agree with that. This is just a beautiful set, and you know, you can fill in the inside, or you don't even have to fill in the inside. It is elegant just on its own without the petals, and just like the gold outlining and the vellum in the background. I think it's absolutely gorgeous no matter what color you use. But oh, isn't that fun, all that sparkle? I will show you these after I get the sentiment on there. But for today's sentiment I am using Simon Hurley's. You've seen me do a beautiful card. We did some ink blending and we use this. There's dies in here also, but I love the sentiments in here, and I love the font on it. So I'm going to be using the Season's Greetings, and again I cut this out of the Hexy Gems sentiments, right? You see me use this a ton. Look at all of this in here. But it's these, this die right here. I absolutely love it. It's perfect for a card. It's the perfect size. This actually is a hot foil sentiment with the die cutting, but I've used the die in this like crazy. So again, you know, use your products. All right, now let's see, where should we go with this? And I got envelopes in, so that's nice. And the envelopes now, I think it's a Luxe. I've got everything linked below. Oh, I am an affiliate for Spellbinders, scrapbook.com, Gina K Designs, and Amazon. There are links below. If you click on and place an order, I do receive a small commission at no cost to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for clicking on my links and ordering. You keep me going, and I love to craft. You know that. So, yes, I absolutely love to craft. So the envelopes, that's where I was at with that. I found some A2 envelopes. They're very nice, and they were a little bit less expensive than the Neenah White. I'm trying them right now. I like them. They're nice. So they are linked below for you under, like I have a scrapbook.com, a Spellbinders, and then like an Amazon. And of course I always put my little tool here, my this little tool from Simon Says Stamps. It's at the bottom of the list. I love that tool. All right, so let me go ahead and put this aside, and I'm just using red and white. That's all. That's absolutely it. Let's go ahead and do a little stamping. I'll get my pad out here because we are on photopolymer, and this is just a stamp I had from an old stamp set. Oh, but I wanted to say, I want to do this. On these I used the stem, and on another card I did not. So I'm just going to put some paper back here. I was splattering. Wait till you see that card. It's not released yet, but it's done, and the video right now actually is uploading. It's very cute. It's a Halloween one. I think you're going to like it. So I was talking about stamps and using them, you know, to almost make like a frame. So that's what I wanted to kind of try to do here with this envelope, just up the side. And I'm just turning it and then taking the second generation and stamping it again. Isn't that pretty? Just to put the bows coming up this way without the stem. Now, of course, you can put your return address right here. We always leave room. That's just a different way to do it, right? I'm going to flip that out, and I'm going to do the same thing here on the flap of the envelope. Isn't that pretty? Now, I know you guys have anything, you could do little flowers like this. You could do anything, you know, that you kind of like, wow, I really like that, but I don't want the stem. So this is just a different way to make it pretty, right? Just a different way to use the stamp. All right. Okay, now, while we're talking about that, something just fell. I don't even know what it was. Oh, my jewels. Okay, well, I'll have to get those in a minute because we are going to use them. Now for the inside, I have a piece of just red cardstock at 5 by 3 3/4, and this is Neenah white at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. I want to do the same thing with my little bows here, but just in the corners, just like that. And then just like that. Easy peasy, right? Let's move this aside. And let's go ahead and attach this. So we already have the envelope completed, and now the inside of the card. My base is a Neenah white cardstock, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to bring that over right now and put the inside in there. So see, now we have the envelope and the inside done. So now we can really concentrate on that outside because we have things to do there, right? Okay, let's now move this aside. And I think I'm done with that pad. Yep. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to bring my little Misty in right here. My mini Misty. So sweet. I love the mini Misty. I'm getting my jewels. Okay. So I absolutely love this mini Misty. I have my little banner already here, and this says Season's Greetings. I'm just going to take some... I'm going to take some medium spruce from Gina K, and I'm just going to ink that up, close my door, give it a push, perfect. And I'm going to ink that up again, and that's even better. So that's a wonderful thing about having a positioning device. And I just used this ink because it was in front of me. Any kind of green's going to be fine. So I'm going to put that aside. Actually, let me take this off of here. Okay. And let's go ahead and add some dimension to this. I'll just take some of these any kind of foam will do, of course, but I always tell you guys about the scrapbook.com foam that's $1.79. It cracks me up. Okay, this is on sale. So these are the large foam squares, and they have all kinds of sizes. I'll put a link below for it. You could check it out. But if you need to like add a little bit to an order, you can always add squares. All right, now we're going to do ink. We're definitely going to do some ink blending. I'm going to use some white pigment ink. Oh, I wanted to tell you, sometimes things that I put on here or my Facebook page, because that's where I do advertising. You'll want to click below and just follow me on my Facebook page. That's where I put all of the advertising for scrapbook.com or Spellbinders or Gina K Designs, or even Amazon on there. But sometimes things go out of stock, like this right here. The Wink of Stella is out of stock. I post it because you want to hit the notify me button and let them send you an email when it comes back into stock, because it'll come back into stock, and because it's the holidays, it's going to go out of stock immediately again. So you kind of want to have that little, you know, notification. And if you're able to go ahead and purchase it at that time, at least you know when it comes in. But that's why that I even post things that are out of stock so that you guys can use that notify me button, which is very nice that they have. I'm using this Spellbinders, beautiful. I love this embossing folder. I use this a lot. This one you can't buy. I'm so sorry. It comes with the machine, the Spellbinders Platinum 6. I think it's exclusive with this. Of course, if you're looking for a die cutting machine, I'll link this below for you. And if I do find that I find this embossing folder individually, of course, I will link it for you. Okay, but the last time I checked, it was with the bundle. So, but you never know. Sometimes they go ahead and release things like that. And, you know, I just don't catch it. Until then I look for it and I'm like, oh, look, I told them they, you know, it only came with the machine. So if it did release, I'll put it down there individually, or oh, look how beautiful that is. Isn't that pretty? That goes with anything. It's just a really cool design, right? So I did use my adapter plate D. This is a 3D embossing folder. I'm sorry, I was just talking to you about other things. And it's very simple. Everything is down here on the platform base, all the directions, and I followed this one right here. Platform A, the embossing folder, and then D, and my paper inside. And if you see right here, the opening is toward the machine. So that's exactly how I fed it in. It goes in really smoothly that way. I really love that. Okay, so now let's go into cutting. Okay, so I'm going to just use my, of course, A, and then my B plate for cutting. I like to use a magic mat that replaces one of these clear plates, and then my clear plate on top. The magic mat for me works wonderfully because it does not warp. Okay, let me get my dies out here. And okay, so I was saying on another video, I have a Vagabond also, which is an electric die cutting machine. I put this die into that electric die cutting machine and it did not cut well. I have to admit that, okay? It absolutely did not cut well. I want to use the solid for this one, okay? So it didn't cut well on this because it's intricate, okay? The minute I put it into the Spellbinders Platinum 6, and I did use a shim. I even showed that on my last video, but it cut right through. And so I was really thrilled with that. Okay, so of course that's just our outline right there. With this video, instead of using, let me get another piece of paper. Okay. Instead of, you know, using like glimmer or anything like that, we're just going to use white cardstock. And we're going to make this so pretty. Okay, right here. Now, I'm going to put my C plate and my shim. I want the extra pressure. Even if it's going to cut through the first time, I want the extra pressure on it because it's intricate and I want those slices to really come through. So I'm rolling it through front ways and back. I'm going to do it again just to make sure, due to the fact that I'm making a video right now. You know how that goes. Okay, that shim comes with this machine. All right, let's see what we have here. And of course, oh my goodness, this is so wonderful. Look at that. It's cut, like, it is so cut. I didn't really probably need to run it through the second time, but just in case, I was just making sure. So I'm just going to remove this mat for right now. Just like that. And the first thing I'm going to do is, let me get some scrap paper. I'll use this piece right here. Look at that. You got to know I was ink blending. I was doing so much on that, right? Should I get another piece that doesn't have purple on it? That's hilarious. Let me get another piece. Here we go. I get a clean sheet, and then we'll make a mess out of this one, right? There we go. Okay, so I love the red. I really do. And it looks fantastic, of course, on our card base. It really does. But then I'm going to put this white, okay? And when I did that, I was like, oh, that needs to calm down just a little bit in my eyes, okay? So, I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was just, look here, $2.29, okay? So, I just take the entire ink pad and I just swipe it over my raised embossed pattern. Look at this. And it makes it look just so wintry kind of thing. I don't know what to say. It just made it look beautiful. I was thinking about putting some vellum down. I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And I saw someone do this technique a while back. I don't even know who it was. Probably Jennifer McGuire or something like that. I don't know. And I really liked the way it came out, and I was just waiting for an instance to use it, and I think I found it. So that's all I did right there, is just took the pigment ink and run it over the front, the entire ink pad. Now let's go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. Now look at that, and then look at that with the white. It just muted it just a little bit different than using vellum. Just a little different technique, but I think that's a lot of fun. Look at that deboss side. Isn't that cool? I'm just going to put glue in here. Remember, when you have embossing, add extra glue, because it's like trying to glue down an English muffin, you know, in all the nooks and crannies. Okay. Now, when I do the ink blending, I'm using two types of brushes. I fell in love with these Pink Fresh Studio ones. This is the 1/2 inch. This is the 1/4 inch. I love the way the box opens up on both of them. Of course, use any blending tool you have, okay? Any blending tool you have. Now, of course, the white we're not going to blend, okay? And I'm just going to put that up there. I have my envelope. Let me put everything together. That is complete right there. So we don't get, it's not we, so I don't get confused. I'll get some ink over here. I just have red and green, very traditional, very, very traditional. So over here, I'm going to pull this up, okay? And because it cut perfectly, isn't that lovely? I mean, just absolutely lovely. There we go. All right, now I want to, I'm going to use my blending brush and just get a little bit of green. And I'm just going to, you don't even really need to tap off, because you want these to be dark in some areas. Let's not tap off. And light in some other areas. I'm doing this entire die cut in green. Now, like I said, there's so many ways for us to enjoy this set. And I'm gonna attempt to. This is an idea I have. So while I'm doing this, I'll just tell you. Now look at the variation in color. When I don't tap off, I just let it be what it is. And of course, that's the way leaves are. Oh, look, we're making a stencil. Okay, so here was an idea I had. You know, my Platinum 6 comes with the rubber mat that I can emboss with. So many people are into this letterpress look now, and I thought that I might attempt it. I don't know, guys, okay? If it doesn't work out, you won't see a video. If it works out, you will get a video, okay? Now I'm going to come in here at the base of here, of these larger leaves, and give it a little bit of darker color. Yeah, but if it works out, you will definitely get a video. I still like have it in my head. I have to play with it. in my head, but I really do believe that I can get it to work. I'm just getting the bases of these little guys just a little bit darker. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I see I want a little bit more green out on those. I'm leaving it light to dark. Just really, that's amazing, right? Let me get this inside right here. We'll make that a little darker. These brushes are fantastic for small areas. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, now, you know what? We could go ahead and look at, here we go. Now I'm telling you, I know I'm going to put red in here, but that's beautiful in itself. A white poinsettia is gorgeous. This would look absolutely fantastic on there itself. Oh, my drape fell. Had it just, I opened the windows. And let's go ahead and put that on there. That's so pretty. Yeah, it really came out nice. So I'm just going to place some glue. Hither, dither, and yon, right? All over the place. Now, really, just like I did on the last one with the mirrored cardstock, if you did use an adhesive sheet, it would be a smart thing. I'm just trying to show you that, like with this paper, you can just glue it. So like if you just buy the die set, you can make beautiful poinsettias and just use your glue. You don't need to invest in a whole lot of everything. Does this go this way? Yes. Okay. So right here, it's a gorgeous die set. Oh my, that's beautiful. I'm stuck. Okay, there. So pretty. I mean, you know, I agree with that person that was watching the last one when I did all of the, with the mirrored cardstock. It alone is just stunning, right? And I just did a little ink blending. It was nothing with a little brush and a little ink, you know? Not a major process. Okay. Now, our little leaves here, I'm going to do a red, and I'm going to use my smaller brush. Now, a lot of people, they're like, oh, keep it in, you know, where it needs to be. I don't care. I just put these out here because it's like a puzzle, but it goes together easily, so easily, because no piece is the same, so it only fits into its slot, you know? And now with this, we will use glue. You know, like the last one, I had the adhesive sheet on. So, there we go. Okay. Again, I'm just dipping, and I'm not dabbing off. I'm taking the darker red to the bottom and then letting it kind of blend out. You're going to see what's going to happen, though, when I hit it with this Wink of Stella. When you can get your hands on, this is a clear Wink of Stella. When you can get your hands on the Wink of Stella, go ahead immediately and purchase it for the holidays, because wait till you see what it does to this ink. And then, see, I just kind of hold it and just let my brush, what's on the brush, kind of feather out the color. Easy peasy. No, I'm taking no massive coloring tip or shading or anything like that. I'm not even, you know, dabbing off. I'm just allowing it to do its thing. That could be a little darker at the bottom. I'm probably going to go back over all the bottoms and get them just a bit darker. Bring that up. So, just kind of working with the ink, having fun. getting inky fingers. That's the best way to go, right? And then we're going to piece this into our beautiful greenery over there. And you're going to see how all of this color really takes off. But then, when I add the wink of Stella, you're going to be like, whoa, that's something. Because that's what happened when I did it on the card. I was like, wow. And that a little darker. Down toward the bottom, lighter toward the top. This little one, just however it comes, is good. And now this one. I almost dipped it again, and I said, no, stop. Okay. Come down here. I want to just color the bottoms just a little bit more. You'll see why in just a minute. This doesn't take a second. This one here. Okay, now let's go ahead and piece. I'm going to scooch all of this to the side. Let's move this. Let's bring this in, and let's start with our glue. Here, separate everybody over here. I love to do this, okay? I love to, you know, I've always said I love puzzles. Ooh, that's a little bit much. I should be using probably the fine tip glue bottle, right? Let's go ahead and place this on the inside. There's that little flat part right there. Just like that. Okay. Now let's see. Let's do, is it this one? That goes in here. Okay. Just like that. This one goes in. Nope, that one doesn't go in there. That one goes in there. Okay. By process of elimination, you'll get everybody in, right? Right in there. Just taking the tip of the bottle and spreading that. And like I say, it just fits in there just like a puzzle. I'm not missing a piece, am I? I don't think so. Let's just keep going. This one goes here. Cute. Get that thicker one right there and the bigger one right there. This one has the point on it. This one goes here. Look at how the color is allowing this just to come alive. There we go. And that one goes there. I knew I'd find it. It was right there. Just couldn't see where the shape was. Here's a little one. I'll just put glue in all of this. It'll take a second to get those down, right? Okay. Do you hear the birds tweeting? I have the window open. I don't know if you can hear them. I love that. It rained, so it kind of got a little cooler here. And this is a Sunday morning. I'm doing this. That one goes there. Now see how the insides of the poinsettia is darker than the outside, but just hang on. Okay, that's our last piece. All right. Push everybody into their space, right? Okay. Now, this is gorgeous. Look at the variation in color from this one to that one. And then look at my shading, how it blended. Look at how pink this is. And this is almost a orangish pink. Totally different look. You could easily put this on here and you would be fine to go and it would be just fine. Okay, but watch this. Wink of Stella. We're just on the red. And you're going to watch this alcohol marker change the complete dynamics of each petal. Look at that. Of this flower. And look at my shading, how it is just blended into itself because of adding this. So, like I say, and there were some truck dyes too that were out of stock, scrapbook.com, but you know what? This morning I found them on Simon Says Stamps and I posted that on my Facebook page. Yes, this is why you want to definitely click the notify me. Because when this does come back in stock, if you're ready to place an order, you'll be like, oh, I got to add that. You know, or what you might do, and what I do this a whole lot, is look at how gorgeous. I have got to show this to you. I've got to bring that up. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it if the camera picks it up. But like I said, it reactivates the ink and gives us a totally different look. And right now I'm just blending that ink. Yes, so you'll always want to hit the notify me. But what I do is I keep stuff in my cart and then I wait. And I'm like, okay, that came in. Add that to the cart. Now I'll place the order. You know, this way then, you know, you're only doing the shipping thing, you know, the least. Because you don't want to get a big cart unless you really have to have something, you know. But you get a cart full and then the next day the thing comes in and you're like, oh no. So, which that's happened to me, you know. Look at how I just love this. This is a must. This pen is an absolute must for the holidays. It changes everything that you do. Look at the, oh my goodness, I just can't even. And I'm just having fun with it. As you see, there's no big deal with it at all. I'm taking where it's darker and just kind of adding a little bit more to it to let that alcohol react with it and pulling it up into the lighter part of the petal. But I have to admit, this looks gorgeous just on white. Gotta admit. Look at how nice. And then we're going to put all of this on the front of our card. I'm going to squeeze that down just a little bit more. See, what you do is you squeeze it and the alcohol and the glitter come into this barrel. You'll see it, and that's what I did off camera so that I wouldn't blob it on my project. Because the other day when I was using it, I made a boo-boo on camera, and I did it right over my project. I got lucky that I didn't ruin anything, but believe you me, I got lucky because a drop just came out of the thing, like a big blob, you know, so when you squeeze it like that. I'm just going back over this. And of course, you can Wink of Stella the entire project. I thought it looked fantastic with just the flower, the poinsettia with the Wink of Stella on it. Love it. Okay, now a little, yeah, let's use some strips here. This will be fine and dandy enough, I'm pretty sure. I was saying, I'm still using these. I found these pads of foam and when I was cleaning out my craft room, and I'm still using them like crazy because I just cut them into strips and they work really, really well for especially something like this. So always use what you have, you know, but if you want to, I had to see what $1.79 was like, you know, on some foam, and I love them. I use them. So, but I had to check it out. Okay. All right, I'm just going to pop this up here. Now, of course, I think the center would be phenomenal. Let's put our sentiment on first. Let's see if I did that one kind of turned and I did the other ones turned. I love it in the center, but I don't want to put my sentiment over it at all. Like, I don't want this here at all, or even here. I just don't want it on it. So, it's so pretty. I'm just going to put that right here. And yeah, see, that's too close. It has to be a little bit of an angle. We'll go this way. And let's turn it that way. Just to make it a little different than the other one. There we go. Great. All right, now, my little rhinestones here. I will link you some rhinestones from scrapbook.com or Spellbinders, whatever is on sale. I saw some today for like $3.99. I thought that was a really good buy. And there's like 1 million in the package, okay? So, but I'll see what I can find for you. There we go. And of course, anything clear like this can be colored with Sharpies or alcohol markers, or, you know, just whatever kind of little marker you might have to color it with. But then again, you could always go ahead and buy the ones that are already colored and not worry about that, right? And here's my other one. I knew I had another one. And here. And there we go. Here is this card. Now, this is using this set from Yana with, where'd I put it? Here we go. With just white cardstock. The Poinsettia Bloom from Yana Smakula. And it's just so pretty. There's just so much to do with it. Like I said, here are the ones in foil. And then here is the two that I made, of course, today with coloring. There's just so much you can do with it. I think you're going to love this set if you purchase it, and there's a lot more items with it. There's a whole collection of it, glimmer and this and that, and I just absolutely love the entire collection, but this one was my favorite because I love to piece the pieces into the paper like that. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.